Have you ever noticed how, over time, your muscles just don't feel as strong as they used to? Maybe you've woken up restless more nights than you care to admit, or found yourself a little off balance while walking to the mailbox. It's easy to chalk these things up to just getting older. But what if that's not the whole story? What if those stubborn aches and sudden stumbles aren't just about age, but something more surprising underneath? Many people overlook how quietly these small changes can chip away at our independence and confidence, until suddenly, life feels a little harder than it should. In this video, I want to gently share with you some eye-opening insights about what's going on in our bodies after 65, and how tiny shifts in daily habits can make a huge difference. By the end, I'll reveal one simple but powerful habit that can help you feel stronger, steadier, and more in control, no matter your age. So let's walk through this together, one step at a time. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Question 1. What gives my days meaning now? Have you ever had one of those mornings when you wake up and, for a moment, wonder, what am I going to do today? Not the big, urgent things, the little, everyday moments. Maybe you shuffle to the kitchen, put on a pot of coffee, glance out the window, and the day stretches before you like a blank page. For decades, your schedule was probably packed. You had work, family commitments, people counting on you, and places to be. But now, in these retirement years, the days feel quieter, sometimes peaceful, sometimes just empty. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? You might even catch yourself thinking, is this all there is now? You're not alone in feeling this way. Many older adults find themselves adrift when the routines that once gave their life structure begin to fade. There's an odd kind of freedom, but it's also a little unsettling. It's easy to believe that this sense of emptiness is just a normal part of getting older, something everyone has to accept. After all, isn't retirement supposed to be about rest and finally enjoying the time you've earned? Yet underneath that expectation, there's often a quiet ache, a longing for something more. Maybe you miss feeling needed or having a reason to get up with purpose each morning. But what if that restless feeling isn't just an unavoidable part of aging? What if it's a gentle nudge from within, a reminder that your days can still be filled with meaning, even if they look different now? Too often, we're told that purpose ends when our careers do, or that we should be content with simply filling time. But human beings, no matter their age, are wired to seek meaning. And meaning doesn't retire, even if we do. So let's pause for a moment and ask, what gives your days meaning now? Not just what used to matter, but what stirs your heart in this season of life? It's a question that challenges the old assumption that only work or busyness can make life worthwhile. It opens a door to the idea that purpose can be found in small, quiet, everyday ways. Let's talk about what the science says. Research in positive psychology has shown that people who have a sense of purpose live longer, healthier, and happier lives, even into their 80s and 90s. Having a purpose doesn't have to mean a grand mission or big project. Sometimes, it's the simple act of caring for a pet, tending a garden, helping a neighbor, or learning something new. Dr. Patricia Boyle, a neuropsychologist at Rush University, found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose were less likely to develop Alzheimer's and other forms of cognitive decline. Their brains aged more slowly. Purpose acts like a kind of glue for the mind and spirit, holding us together and giving us resilience against life's challenges. You may be thinking, but my life isn't that exciting anymore. I'm not sure what my purpose is. That's perfectly normal. Many people feel lost after leaving the workforce, especially in a culture like ours that often ties self-worth to productivity. But meaning isn't about being busy or important in the eyes of the world. It's about what matters to you, right now, today. So, how do you begin to rediscover or redefine what gives your days meaning? Here's a gentle, practical way to start. Try setting a morning intention. Each morning, before the day gets busy, sit down with a notebook or a scrap of paper and write down one thing that could bring meaning or joy to your day. It could be anything: a phone call to an old friend, a walk around the block, reading a chapter of a book, or even just enjoying a quiet cup of tea while watching the sunrise. The power of this simple act isn't in the activity itself, but in the attention you give it. By choosing one small thing to focus on, you're reminding yourself that your life is still rich with possibilities, no matter your age or circumstances. Over time, these intentions add up. They become a thread of meaning that weaves through your days, giving them color and texture. Let me share with you the story of Ellen, a woman from upstate New York who found herself feeling aimless after retiring at 70. For years, she had worked as a nurse, caring for others and keeping busy every minute. When her career ended, so did the constant stream of demands on her time. At first, she enjoyed the peace, but after a few months, she started feeling invisible, as if her best days were behind her. One day, Ellen stumbled upon an old set of paints in the attic. She had loved painting as a young woman but hadn't picked up a brush in decades. On a whim, she decided to try painting again. At first, she felt silly. "I'm too old for this," she told herself. But little by little, she began to rediscover the joy of creating. She painted every morning, just for herself, and soon her home was filled with bright, colorful canvases. Encouraged by her daughter, she opened an Etsy shop to sell her artwork online. To her surprise, people from all over the country began buying her paintings, sending notes of thanks and admiration. Ellen says that painting gave her back a sense of purpose. It wasn't about making money or impressing anyone. It was about expressing herself and connecting with others in a new way. She wakes up every morning with something to look forward to, and that spark of meaning lights up the rest of her day. Of course, your version of meaning might look completely different. Maybe it's baking cookies for your grandchildren, volunteering at the local animal shelter, writing letters to friends, or teaching a neighbor how to knit. Perhaps it's exploring your faith, starting a daily gratitude journal, or even learning how to use new technology so you can connect with loved ones online. Whatever it is, the most important thing is that it feels true to you. Meaning is personal. It comes from the inside, not from outside expectations. And sometimes, the simplest acts bring the deepest fulfillment. You don't have to change the world. Sometimes, it's enough to change one moment of your day. If you're not sure where to begin, here are a few gentle suggestions. Look for what lights you up. Think back to what you loved as a child or young adult. Is there something you always wished you had time for? Connect with others. Purpose often grows through relationships. Reach out to someone who might need a kind word or a listening ear. Be open to learning. Take a class, try a new recipe, join a local club, or start a small project at home. Growth and curiosity aren't just for the young. They keep us young at heart. Practice gratitude. Every evening, jot down 3 things that made you smile or brought you comfort that day. Over time, you'll start to notice more meaning in the everyday. The beautiful thing about this stage of life is that you have the freedom to explore what truly matters to you, without the pressure of proving yourself to anyone else. You've earned this time. Why not fill it with the things that make your heart sing? Remember, it's never too late to find new meaning. Life doesn't end when you stop working. In many ways, it's just beginning. Each day is a fresh canvas, waiting for your unique touch. The world still needs your wisdom, your kindness, and your presence. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's that you have more to give and more to receive than you might realize. You are not invisible. You are not done growing. Purpose is not something you lose. It's something you can rediscover day by day. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, try asking yourself, what could make today meaningful for me? Write it down, act on it, and see how it changes the way you feel. Even the smallest step can open up a whole new chapter. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. You've built a lifetime of memories, overcome countless challenges, and given so much to others. Now is your time to rediscover what brings your own heart alive. Don't let anyone, including that little voice inside, tell you it's too late. You are still the author of your story, and the next chapter can be filled with more meaning than you ever imagined. Take it one morning at a time, with gentle intention, and watch how even the quietest days can become rich with purpose. You're not just passing time, you're creating the life you want, one meaningful moment at a time. And you deserve every bit of joy and fulfillment that this season can offer. So, what gives your days meaning now? The answer is yours to discover, and it's never too late to begin. Question 2. Who do I want to stay connected with? It's a quiet afternoon and you find yourself standing by the window, watching the world outside. Maybe you see neighbors chatting by the mailbox, a couple walking their dog, or children's laughter drifting down the street. Once upon a time, your days were filled with the voices and presence of others. Coworkers, friends, family, people who needed you and counted on you. But lately, the house seems a little too still. The phone doesn't ring as often as it used to, and the days between visits from loved ones seem to grow longer. There's an ache you don't talk about much, but you feel it in the silence. If this feels familiar, you're not alone. Many people over 65 quietly wrestle with this change in their social world. It's easy to tell yourself it's just how things are. Children grow up and move away, friends relocate or pass on, and the old routines fade. But beneath the surface, there can be a deep, almost unspoken longing for connection. Sometimes you wonder, do I still matter to the people I care about? Or has the world moved on without me? These questions are hard, but they are honest, and they deserve more than silence in return. Now, here's a thought that might surprise you. What if loneliness isn't really about being alone? What if it's more about feeling invisible, forgotten, or left behind? Think about it. A person can sit in a crowded room and still feel utterly alone if they don't feel truly seen or heard. Conversely, even when living alone, one can feel deeply connected through meaningful relationships, shared memories, or a single, heartfelt conversation. The truth is that connection is less about proximity and more about presence. So let's gently challenge a familiar assumption. Is it inevitable to grow more isolated as we age, or is it possible to build new bridges of connection, even now? Can the golden years be a time when relationships deepen, even as circumstances change? Science, and the stories of many remarkable older adults, suggests that the answer is yes. The science of social connection is powerful and clear. According to research from Harvard University's decades-long study of adult development, the single most important factor for health and happiness in old age is strong, positive relationships. Not wealth, not career success, not even good genes. What matters most is feeling connected to others. Seniors who maintain social ties not only live longer, but also enjoy better physical health, sharper minds, and higher spirits. On the flip side, persistent loneliness can raise the risk of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even premature death. But here's the hopeful part. Connection is something we can nurture at any age. You don't need a bustling social calendar or a house full of visitors to feel truly connected. Sometimes, one close relationship or a few simple rituals of reaching out can make all the difference. So, who do you want to stay connected with? Maybe it's a sibling you haven't spoken to in years, an old friend from high school, a neighbor you wave to but never really talk with, or your grandchildren, whose busy lives make them seem further away than ever. The first step is to honestly reflect on who matters most to you now. Not just who you've always known, but those whose presence still brings you comfort, laughter, or a sense of being understood. Let's talk about practical ways to renew or deepen those bonds. One gentle approach is to make a simple list, on paper or in your mind, of the people who cross your thoughts. Ask yourself, who do I miss? Who makes me smile? Who would be happy to hear from me? Don't let guilt or the passage of time stop you. People are often more open to reconnection than we think, especially as they get older and realize the same things you do, that relationships are precious and time is limited. Once you have your list, try reaching out to just one person each week. A phone call, a handwritten letter, an email, or even a short text message can open the door. You might say, "I was thinking of you today and wanted to see how you're doing," or "Remember that time we..." Sometimes, it's easier to start with a shared memory or a simple question. Don't worry about long conversations or the perfect words. The simple act of reaching out is enough. For many seniors, joining a local club or group can be a lifeline. Whether it's a book club at the library, a volunteer project, a walking group, or a faith community, these gatherings create opportunities to meet people who share your interests. They can also provide structure and a reason to get out of the house, even on days when motivation runs low. If mobility or transportation is an issue, look for virtual groups online or consider starting a small gathering in your living room. Just a coffee morning with neighbors or fellow retirees. Let me share the story of George, a retired postal worker from Ohio. After his wife passed away, the days felt impossibly long and quiet. 4 months, George drifted through his routines, watering the plants, reading the paper, watching TV, but he felt like a ghost in his own life. One day, he noticed a flyer at the grocery store for a local book club that met every Tuesday at the library. He hadn't read a novel in years, but he decided to give it a try. At the first meeting, he was nervous and didn't say much. But the group welcomed him, and soon he found himself looking forward to their lively discussions and inside jokes. Over time, George became close with several members, even hosting them at his home for potlucks and movie nights. "I thought I was just passing time," he says, "but I ended up making friends who feel like family." Of course, connection can also come from nurturing relationships with younger generations. Many seniors find purpose and joy in spending time with grandchildren, whether that's in person or through video calls, letters, or sharing family stories. Others become mentors, tutors, or volunteers, passing on their wisdom to young people in the community. These relationships are a two-way street. The energy and curiosity of youth meet the steadiness and perspective of age, creating something truly special. If you're feeling uncertain about reaching out or starting over, that's okay. Many people worry about being a burden or not knowing what to say. But remember, loneliness is far more common than we admit, and most people will welcome a genuine connection. If you need a little help, consider reaching out to local senior centers, faith groups, or volunteer organizations. Many of them offer programs specifically designed to connect people, whether it's through meal deliveries, phone check-ins, or group activities. It's also important to remember that connection isn't always about people. For some, deep bonds with a beloved pet can be a powerful antidote to loneliness. For others, regular engagement with nature, art, or spirituality can provide a sense of belonging and meaning. The key is to stay open and curious about the world around you, and about your capacity for love and friendship. In the end, who you want to stay connected with is a deeply personal question, and the answer may change over time. Old friends may drift away, new relationships may blossom, and sometimes the people you need most are not the ones you expected. What matters is choosing to reach out, again and again, even when it feels a little awkward or scary. Every phone call, every conversation, every shared laugh or tear is a thread in the tapestry of your life. So, if you're sitting by the window this afternoon, wondering who is thinking of you, take a chance and let someone know you're thinking of them. The world is full of people who feel just as you do, hoping for connection, ready for kindness, and longing to know they matter. You are not alone in this journey. Every day brings a new chance to reach out, to reconnect, to build or renew the bonds that make life rich and beautiful. Even one meaningful relationship can brighten your days and give you strength in times of challenge. Remember, you have so much to offer. Your stories, your wisdom, your humor, and your love. And the world, believe it or not, still needs you. Don't let fear or habit keep you in the shadows. Step into the light of connection, one small step at a time. The next time you catch yourself longing for a company or missing someone's voice, don't wait. Pick up the phone, write a note, or walk next door. Reaching out is an act of courage, and it just might change your life, and someone else's, for the better. After all, our greatest treasures in life are not things, but the people we hold close. Who do you want to stay connected with? Only you know the answer, but it's never too late to begin. So go ahead, make that call, write that note, send that message. The world is waiting for you, and so are the people who care. Your story isn't finished yet, and neither are your connections. Let today be the day you strengthen the ties that matter most. The heart never retires. It only grows richer with every new connection. Question 3. How can I care for my body in a way that feels loving? Some mornings, it starts with the smallest ache, a twinge in your knee when you stand up from your favorite chair, or a stiffness in your fingers as you reach for the coffee pot. Maybe it's the quiet creak in your hips, a sense of tiredness that lingers even after a good night's sleep, or that tiny breathless pause after walking up the porch steps. These aren't dramatic moments, but they're part of the everyday story of aging, woven into the rhythm of life after 65. You might shrug them off, telling yourself, well, that's just how it goes now, and get on with your day. For many older Americans, these small physical challenges become a constant background hum. There's an unspoken pressure to fight back. Magazines tell you to stay young, doctors hand you lists of exercises, friends compare medications, and family members gently worry when you move a bit slower than before. It's easy to feel like you're always being measured against some invisible standard. Are you active enough, eating well enough, doing enough to hold back the years? And if you have a bad day, miss a walk, or indulge in a favorite comfort food, there's a quiet guilt that can creep in, as if you've let your body down. But what if there's another way to look at it? What if, instead of treating your body like a machine that's breaking down, you saw it as a lifelong companion? One that deserves kindness, patience, and understanding. What if caring for your body in this season of life wasn't about fighting age, but about honoring everything your body has carried you through? Here's a gentle but important question. Have you ever asked yourself what it means to care for your body in a way that feels truly loving? Not just healthy, but loving? Most of us grew up hearing that health was about following rules. Eat this, don't eat that, exercise every day, lose weight, and keep your numbers in check. And yes, those things matter. But loving your body goes deeper. It means listening, respecting, and adapting with grace, instead of constantly demanding more. Science backs this up in surprising ways. Studies from respected institutions like the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School show that people who approach their health routines with compassion, not punishment, are far more likely to stick with them and see real benefits. Gentle movement, mindful eating, and restful sleep are all linked to lower inflammation, stronger immunity, and better mood. Researchers have found that people who view exercise as an act of self-care, rather than self-control, enjoy it more and are less likely to quit. Kindness to yourself, it turns out, is good medicine. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So what does caring for your body with love look like in real life? It's not about being perfect or running marathons. It's about making peace with your body's changes and finding routines that support you, not punish you. Here's a gentle, everyday approach you might try. Start your morning with a check-in, not a checklist. Instead of thinking, I have to walk 2 miles today, or I need to eat only salads, simply ask your body, how do you feel this morning? Maybe today your knees ache, but your shoulders feel loose. Maybe you slept well, or maybe you need a little extra rest. Tune into your body's signals without judgment. Incorporate a movement that feels good, not forced. You don't have to sweat at the gym or push through pain to keep your body strong. Many seniors find deep joy and benefit in gentle movement. Stretching while listening to music, taking a slow walk with a friend, doing a few easy yoga poses, or trying Tai Chi in the backyard. Water aerobics is wonderful for those with joint pain. If you prefer gardening, dancing in the living room, or tossing a ball for your dog, that counts too. The key is to move in ways that make your body feel alive and cared for, not punished or sore. Make mealtimes a moment of self-kindness. There's no need for complicated diets or strict rules. Focus on enjoying real, whole foods, colorful fruits and veggies, hearty soups, oatmeal with berries, a favorite piece of fish or roast chicken, or a handful of walnuts. Eat slowly, savoring each bite, and listen to your hunger and fullness cues. If you want dessert, enjoy it. Guilt doesn't make anyone healthier. Sharing meals with others, even just over a cup of tea, can turn food into a celebration instead of a chore. Rest is not laziness, it's wisdom. Many older adults struggle with sleep, but rest comes in many forms. If you wake up tired, allow yourself a nap or a few quiet moments with a book. Listen to your body signals for rest just as you do for activity. Soft music, gentle stretching before bed, or a warm bath can help your body relax and recover. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is permit yourself to slow down. Let me tell you about Rita, a grandmother from Oregon, who spent most of her life pushing her body hard, raising 3 children, working as a nurse, and keeping an immaculate house. In her early 70s, she began to feel constant pain in her knees and hips. She tried to push through it with long walks, convinced that more effort would solve the problem. But the pain only worsened, and soon she found herself dreading the very routines that used to bring her joy. One afternoon, after a particularly difficult week, Rita's daughter suggested they try a gentle yoga class together at the community center. Rita was skeptical. That's not real exercise, she thought, but she agreed to go. The class began with simple stretches and breathing. For the first time in years, Rita slowed down and listened to her body's signals. She realized how much tension she was carrying, and how little patience she had shown herself. Over the next few months, Rita attended yoga twice a week, gradually adding short walks and water aerobics to her routine. She also started keeping a journal, jotting down how her body felt each day. The pain didn't disappear overnight, but it eased. More importantly, Rita began to feel gratitude for her body's resilience and grace. "I stopped fighting my body," she says now, and started listening to it. That's when healing began. Rita's story is not unique. Across the country, thousands of older adults are discovering that the path to better health is paved with self-compassion. It's about noticing the small victories, a morning with less stiffness, the delight of moving freely, the taste of a favorite meal, or the peace of a good night's sleep. It's about letting go of the myth that you must do more, be more, or look younger, and instead embrace the gift of your presence. If you're ready to begin, here are some simple, loving practices you can try. No equipment or fancy routines required. Stretch while you wait for the coffee to brew. Reach your arms overhead, wiggle your fingers, roll your shoulders back. These small movements wake up your joints and invite energy into your day. Take a gratitude walk. Even if it's just down the block, notice the feel of the sun on your face, the sound of birds, or the crunch of leaves underfoot. Thank your legs for carrying you. Enjoy a mindful meal. Set your plate at the table, turn off distractions, and savor the colors, textures, and flavors of your food. Write a kind note to your body in your journal. Thank your hands for all they've done, your heart for beating strong, and your feet for every step you've taken. Rest whenever you need to. Allow yourself breaks. Rest is repair. Above all, remember that your body is not your enemy. It is your lifelong friend, your partner in every memory, every adventure, every triumph and challenge. It has carried you through childhood games, adult worries, family gatherings, and quiet nights. It has grown, changed, healed, and endured. If you can meet your body with the same patience and love you would show a dear friend, you will find new strength and comfort, no matter your age or physical condition. So, the next time you feel frustrated by what you can't do, pause and notice what you can do. Celebrate your body's wisdom, not just its youth. Listen to its needs. Some days it will want to move, other days it may ask for rest or a gentle touch. Trust that you know what feels right, and permit yourself to care for your body in ways that bring you peace. Aging is not a failure. It's a privilege, one that not everyone receives. Every wrinkle, every scar, every gray hair is a testament to a life lived, a journey traveled. Your body deserves your love not despite its changes, but because of them. In the end, caring for your body in a loving way is one of the most beautiful gifts you can give yourself. It's not about chasing youth or perfection. It's about honoring the person you are today and all the days you've lived before. So, tomorrow morning, greet your body with kindness. Move a little, stretch a little, eat something delicious, and rest when you need to. Let self-compassion guide your choices. With love and patience, you can find joy and comfort in the body you have, right here, right now. You have earned this season of your life, and you deserve to enjoy it, in every step, every breath, every gentle movement. Take care of your body with love, and let it take care of you in return. Question 4. What am I still curious about? Have you ever caught yourself thinking, is there anything new left for me to try? Maybe you're sitting at the kitchen table with your morning coffee, the paper folded beside you, and the world feels just a bit too familiar. There's a certain comfort in routine, the favorite chair, the same breakfast, the trusted faces on the TV news. But sometimes, even as life slows down and grows quieter, a little question bubbles up inside. Is this it for me? Or is there something more out there I haven't seen, tasted, or understood yet? It's an easy feeling to ignore, especially after 65. After all, society often whispers that curiosity is for the young. You might hear, "You've done enough. It's time to slow down, to rest, to let the world spin on without you." Or maybe you've said it to yourself, "I'm too old to learn new things. That's for someone else." The routines feel safe, and it's tempting to tuck away those questions in a drawer with old birthday cards and photographs. But let's turn that idea upside down for a moment. What if curiosity doesn't fade with age? What if, instead, it just takes on a quieter, deeper shape? One that's less about running after every new thing, and more about savoring discovery for its own sake. What if the spark of wonder is what keeps the mind and heart alive, no matter how many birthdays you've celebrated? Could it be that your best adventures aren't only behind you, but still waiting, hidden in the corners of everyday life? Here's what science, and stories from countless seniors, can tell us. Staying curious isn't just for children and young adults. Keeping your sense of wonder alive may be one of the best ways to protect your brain, boost your happiness, and even add years to your life. Neuroscientists at the University of California have shown that learning new things encourages the brain to form new connections, even in later years. This process, called neuroplasticity, can help keep your memory sharper, your mood brighter, and your world more interesting. One study even found that older adults who regularly tried new activities, from painting to learning languages to volunteering, reported higher life satisfaction and better health than those who stuck to old routines. But you don't need a scientist to tell you what your heart already knows. Think back to the last time you felt truly curious. Maybe it was reading about a faraway place in a magazine, listening to a grandchild explain a video game, or watching a neighbor tend to their vegetable garden. Maybe it was the thrill of figuring out a new recipe, or the simple delight of asking why about something you'd never really questioned before. That spark, the urge to know, to try, to reach just a little further, is as alive at 80 as it was at 18. So, what are you still curious about? The answer doesn't have to be grand or impressive. Curiosity can live in small places. The pages of a library book you never thought you'd pick up, the flavor of a new spice, the sound of a foreign language on your tongue, the click of a camera in your hand, or the gentle stretch of muscles you haven't used in years. Curiosity can mean asking old friends new questions or exploring your memories for untold stories. If you're not sure where to begin, start by listening to those small nudges of interest that flicker through your days. What makes you linger when you see it on TV? What topics draw you in when someone else is talking? Which skills or hobbies did you leave behind because life got too busy, or because you didn't think you'd be any good at them? Permit yourself to be a beginner again. There's a certain freedom that comes with age. You're no longer bound by the need to impress anyone. You can try, fail, and try again purely for the joy of it. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Let me share the story of Jack, a 75-year-old from Indiana. For most of his life, Jack worked as an accountant. Steady, dependable, always with numbers and forms. After retirement, the days felt long, and though he loved his grandkids and kept a tidy lawn, he missed the feeling of learning something new. One day, Jack's grandson asked him to help with a school project about family history. Jack dove into old boxes of photos, documents, and letters. That spark of curiosity caught fire. He decided to learn how to use a computer and started scanning photos, recording family stories, and even editing videos. It was slow going at first. There were plenty of mistakes and more than a little frustration. But every little discovery, a faded birth certificate, a funny memory, a new editing tool, made Jack feel alive in a way he hadn't in years. Soon, Jack began sharing the videos online with his family. He learned how to use social media, picked up a bit of digital storytelling, and even reconnected with distant relatives who sent him new stories to add to the family tree. "I thought my time for new things was over," Jack laughs. Turns out, it was just getting started. Jack's curiosity not only brought him new skills, but also new connections, pride, and a sense of purpose. Curiosity doesn't always require technology or big projects. Sometimes it's as simple as growing a new kind of flower in the garden, trying a different route for your daily walk, or asking a neighbor about their favorite recipe. Many senior centers, libraries, and local groups offer classes in everything from watercolor painting to birdwatching, from basic Spanish to meditation. If getting out isn't easy, online platforms now offer a world of lessons, virtual museum tours, language exchanges, and book clubs, all from the comfort of home. If you need inspiration, consider making a curiosity list. Jot down a handful of things, big or small, that make you wonder or smile. Maybe you've always wanted to read more poetry, understand how jazz works, learn to bake sourdough bread, or discover the history behind your town's oldest building. Once a week, pick one thing from the list and take a step. Check out a book, watch a documentary, ask someone who knows more, or just try it for yourself. There's no grade, no deadline, no need to be perfect. The point is the journey, not the result. And don't let embarrassment stop you. Everyone starts somewhere, and being a beginner in your 70s or 80s is not only brave, it's inspiring. Each question you ask, each new thing you try, is a gift to yourself and a spark for those around you. You never know whose life you might touch by sharing your curiosity. It's also worth remembering that curiosity keeps relationships fresh. Asking questions, learning new things, and sharing discoveries with friends, children, or grandchildren brings joy and connection. When you show interest in others, or in the world, you invite others to see you as lively, open, and still very much engaged with life. So, what are you still curious about? Take a few moments today to listen for that little spark. Is it a subject from your childhood? A place you've never visited? A hobby you've put off? Maybe it's learning to play a tune on the piano, discovering the secrets behind your favorite recipe, or figuring out how your smartphone works. Whatever it is, follow it. Permit yourself to wonder, to try, to play, and to learn, at your own pace, for your joy. Aging is not the closing of a book, it's the turning of a page, sometimes to a chapter you never expected. There's no expiration date on curiosity. The world is wide and deep, and there's always something new around the corner. If you ever doubt yourself, remember Jack and his family videos. Remember the neighbors who learn a new dance step at the community center, or the woman who finally painted her first canvas at 83. Remember all the ordinary people who quietly say yes to new experiences every single day, not to impress the world, but to make their world a little brighter. You are not too old. You are not finished. The gift of curiosity is yours for life. Every question you ask, and every interest you pursue, is a celebration of your mind, your spirit, and your place in the world. So today, let yourself be a little curious. Take a step toward something new, no matter how small. Ask, wonder, explore. You might be surprised at what you find, not just in the world, but within yourself. Because what you're still curious about is what keeps you young at heart. And that, truly, is the secret to a life well lived, at any age. As we reach the end of this journey together, I hope you've discovered that your golden years are not just a time to look back, but a new chapter, one rich with possibility, meaning, and connection. Maybe you've recognized yourself in some of the stories or felt a gentle nudge to explore something new, reach out to someone you miss, or simply treat your body and mind with more kindness. Growing older in America is not always easy. The world can feel faster, the family can drift away, and it's natural to worry that our best days have already passed. But if today has shown you anything, let it be this: every day brings a new chance for meaning. Whether it's finding purpose in small routines, rekindling old friendships, nurturing your health with patience, or following a spark of curiosity, your life remains full of chapters yet unwritten. You are not alone on this path. So many others share the same questions, hopes, and quiet doubts. The power to shape these years is still in your hands. The 4 questions we've explored today are not just reflections. They're invitations to live with intention, heart, and hope. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What question touched you the most? What is one thing you will take forward in your own life? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so we can continue supporting each other on this journey. Remember, your golden years are yours to shape, one day, one connection, and one discovery at a time.